Hello, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, quiet. That's enough. This is a podcast by my dad and my uncle. They talk a lot about music, like a lot. So please sit back and enjoy. I think they are going to start in about 14 seconds.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. There's another episode of BG's Broken Records. My name is Bob.
I'm Gare.
And we are the B and the G of BG's. Not the BG's, BG's. So we're now here. It's been a week since we were together. We're face-to-face again, which always makes me laugh. And we're doing episode number 14. This episode, we're going to dive into, what's a politically correct phrase?
Just say it, Bob.
Dicky artists.
Artists who are dicks.
Gary's got two. I've got two. So we're going to figure out.
And there's so many more.
Oh my God.
This was kind of a tough one.
You know who I should have picked? I should have picked Chris Robinson from the Crows. He is
his brother's kind of a dick too.
What am I thinking?
Tell the Jimmy Page story. Let's just start with that one.
So we mentioned a little bit ago that Gare and I, JW, and who else went? Was it there was four guys, right? I know JW is with us.
Yeah. Right.
So we go out to the Palace. We see Jimmy Page with the Black Crows. Crows can't do anything because they are in a contract dispute with whatever record label they're on.
Good show. Great show.
So we're sitting, 30 rows back, main floor?
Something like that. They do this whole tour. And according to Gorman's, the drummer's book, they get done with the tour and Jimmy Page is just fired up. He is like, I love you guys. I want to do shit with you. Rich Robinson. Yeah, we're okay. We're good.
What? Hey, Paul McCartney, you want to record with us? You know what? I'm okay.
We've recorded with so many people. We're good.
You peaked with Yesterday. Okay?
Right.
Just...
Yeah, stay in your lane, old man.
What the... But as soon as Gorman's book came out, it was disputed in Classic Rock Magazine or whatever. They went out online.
But what was the thing with Page? Were they like on? Didn't he just like say, "Okay, I'm out of here"? Like,
a Page at the very end just kind of walked away, and everyone was like, well, "What the hell?"
Yeah, I'm done.
And supposedly it was because Rich was like, "Yeah, no, I'm good. I don't need to collaborate with you." Just one of the greatest musicians of all time.
Well, I do like to digress real quick. Remember we talked about who is the pop star? Robbie
Williams,
who lives next door to Jimmy Page in London, and he is doing these massive improvements to his house. He's putting in an underground pool. Jimmy Page, it's got so ugly. This has been going on for like
really?
I gotta check this out. 5 years, 10 years or something, because Page is like, you dig a hole that deep, it's gonna affect my house is gonna fall over.
For sure.
City county meetings, the whole Page showed up. I think Robbie showed up.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
At the end of the day, Robbie won. He gets to build the big underground pool and all this stuff. And have you seen Page's house?
No.
Oh, it's like a mini castle house that sits on Berkshire. Like it's just on a regular street.
Yeah.
I forget, you would know where it is, but yeah, look up the Robbie Jimmy Page thing. It's pretty fun. I think I saw it in the Post.
Boy George is redoing a house up near Hampstead.
Okay.
Massive.
How does he have any money?
Well, we're going to talk about some of these guys. I can't believe how much money some of these guys have and how little some of these people have.
True. We talked about that off of, maybe he was just really smart with his dough, obviously.
I don't know. I don't know.
I digress.
Okay, that's okay. Because I don't have a hell of a lot to tell you except two things. Recent passings, R.I.P. Jim Seals and Croft.
Oh.
Diamond Girl. Summer Breeze.
As we spoke in the previous podcast, that was another form of music coming out of my sister's bedrooms. And what was the movie with Robbie Benson? The basketball movie, One on One.
one-on-one.
Someone should reach through the mic and slap me in the face that I know that.
Anybody want me to just reach over and do it right now? There you go. Got him.
Ouch.
And the other passing was Ronnie Hawkins.
Oh.
The Last Waltz.
Yeah.
Ronnie Hawk and the Hawks, the band.
Yes.
Jeez. He was 87. Seals was 71.
71, that's nothing.
Hold on. I'm so dang old. I got to get my reading glasses out for this one.
Please hold.
Oh, he was 79. Sorry. And Ronnie Hawkins was 87.
87, good run.
I'll tell you that I have the 6 vinyl edition of The Last Waltz.
Of course you do.
I've got this 4 LP version. I've got the 6 CD version.
And the 7 uncut up on Cripple Creek.
Oh, more than you can imagine. But they've got a ton of unreleased stuff on that 6 LP thing. It's
Okay.
awesome.
Oh, I'm sure
It's
is.
fantastic.
I'm sure it's great.
Okay, so that's all I've got. Why don't we dive into the dicks?
Should we say who all the dicks are today, or do we just go?
Let's just go.
Okay.
Let's just dive into it.
Well, let's just say who.
Ladies first.
Oh, yeah. By all means.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so
Oh, wouldn't she be a bitch?
Hey, we got to be careful how we say this kind of stuff, okay?
Nothing better is when someone says that girl's a dick.
I'm going to have to put
That's funny.
I'm going to have to put the E up on this thing cuz it's explicit now. She's 58 years old.
Looks like she's 78.
She's worth $100 million supposedly. I can't figure this one out.
God.
Courtney Love.
Had a couple good tunes with Hole. I got to give her that.
So the
Malibu, good tune.
The album that came out right after Kurt's passing was, I had it written down. I'll find it. I'll get back to you. Kurt dies. She gets all of she inherited his writing and publishing
So scary.
rights, which were valued at $130 to $150 million. No, sorry, $130 million for writing, $115 for publishing.
Wow.
She owns Kurt's effects, guitars, clothing, notes, all his stuff.
You couldn't have a scarier person controlling all that.
Worth $120 million. So now we're sitting there at what? $350 million.
So scary.
In 2009, she claimed nearly all of the money she'd inherited had been stolen or lost by bad financial advisors and accountants.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
She estimated the losses to be $30 million in cash, and as much as $500 million in real estate.
Such an idiot.
In episode 13, I made a comment about albums that changed what I think changed the course of music history, and Nirvana is one of them.
100%.
Nevermind, completely changed it. So I'm reading up about Kurt. Could he have been bipolar? Could he have had depression issues? You throw all the drugs on top of it and the alcohol and da-da-da.
Sure.
And
sure.
it just
magnifies everything.
Oh, yeah, it's a recipe for disaster. But then he meets his version of Nancy Spungen, Sid and Nancy.
Oh.
Somebody who just wants to party with you and is a chick.
Nice comparison.
Sorry, ladies, I shouldn't use that phrase.
She's a bitch.
Okay. So she's got all that stuff. At 18, Frances Bean, the daughter, replaced Courtney as the primary beneficiary of the estate, which at that point was worth $200 million.
Is this a good thing? I hope this is a good thing.
Well, the kid got it, and the kid's not a junkie, right?
She seems fairly normal. I've seen her like in one interview, 2 interviews. Hopefully she doesn't spend too much time with her mom.
Well,
Uh-oh.
we'll get there in a second.
Okay, sorry.
So she takes over everything, the whole estate, which is now worth only $200 million. But she supposedly gets $100,000 a month in royalties off of sales of his records. So that's $1.2 million a year.
Not bad for doing
not bad.
nothing.
Okay, so here's some facts about Courtney Love. Dad was a roadie for the Dead.
Oh, nice. I didn't know that.
Phil Lesh is her godfather.
Really?
Her dad released a book called Love Kills: The Assassination of Kurt Cobain. Courtney Love was sent to juvie at 14 for shoplifting.
That's weird, really.
She left foster care at 16 and began stripping. Tough life. Dude, tough life, okay?
All right, okay.
She was in Faith No More.
Really?
Kicked out in 1982.
Not surprising.
Not surprising. Spin called the whole debut one of the 20 best albums of 1991.
I'll go with that. I bought that disc. That disc was great. Doll Parts.
Doll Parts, yeah. That was the big tune.
Yeah.
They did one more album, I think, and then it just kind of everything faded away.
Yeah, I don't know how many albums they had, but the tune Malibu was a great song, and I think Billy Corrigan produced it. They were buddies.
Well said, because he did. Okay, so I'll just finish up real quick. 1995, she punched the lead singer of Bikini Kill, Kathleen Hanna, at a Lollapalooza. She was arrested for disrupting airline flights in 1995 and 2003 and was banned from Virgin Air. She was sued by her daughter's ex-husband for allegedly attempting his kidnapping and attempted murder.
Classy and sexy at the same time.
Totally.
Just classy.
Okay, no, this is the best.
Please.
Okay.
Wait, there's more?
No, there's this one. This one was the capper, right? So she gets on Twitter all junked up. Da 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 da. You're an asshole. Da, 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 da. So she goes on, and I'm going to screw up the name. A designer named Dawn Smoranker.
Okay.
She sued her twice.
Okay.
Yeah. She lost both times. She ended up paying the woman $750,000.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What an idiot.
Sued you first time, I didn't win. I'm going to do it one more time. Whoops.
Oh,
lost again.
Courtney Love.
Someone's not getting good legal advice, I can tell you that.
Or financial advice.
And, again, sues twice. Who made all the money here? The lawyers.
Lawyers. Yep. You go, sir.
I have David Crosby.
David Crosby.
Big ego, no brains. There's a documentary out. I did not watch the whole thing. It's called David Crosby, Remember My Name. David Crosby just turned 80. Howard Stern had him on earlier in the year. The guy's got 7 stents in his heart.
New liver.
And they were kind of saying he kind of has to go on the road. And I know, Bob, you took some notes. He's worth $10 million.
Yep.
But even in the documentary, he's like, I don't like to leave home. He's up in the hills, wherever, Hollywood Hills.
Yeah, Santa Nyes or some one of those Santa.
Or Topeka Canyon, maybe.
No. I think he's. I read it. It's Santa.
Okay, but it doesn't.
YZNAUZ or something.
And in the last 2 years, and I might be getting this, he's come out with 2 albums, and I've listened to both of them. Pipes are still there. The voice is still there at 80.
Okay, so remember podcast number 7-8, we did the 50 albums from 2021.
Sure.
His album was listed in there as one of the best of last year, right? I went to go put it in our list, which you can find on Spotify. He won't allow Spotify to play his music, so it's not on our list.
Ah, come on.
Dude, you're 80.
Yeah, really.
Come on.
Like, anyways, he basically has no filter, and anyone who's a fan has, Neil Young won't even be in the same room with him anymore.
For slagging off Daryl Hannah.
For putting his new wife, I still can't believe he's married to Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, I know.
Graham Nash won't even be in the same room with him.
Do you know what he said about Daryl Hannah? He said, don't be with her because she is a purely poisonous predator.
You can think it, but don't.
How do you
say
back out of that one?
You don't.
You don't.
And supposedly Steven Stills can't stand him either. But that's even in the interview, they talk on the phone. He's of all those guys, Steven is still the guy who will pick up his call.
And so a quote from Graham Nash was, he said, I stuck by his side for 45 years. I don't know what he did to Nash. Nash seems like one of the nicest cats out there.
Nicest guy in the world. And even when Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young would take a break, Crosby and Nash
would put out albums and tour.
And even if they didn't put out an album, they'd go hit the road for a couple months. They were always doing
together.
something together.
And he always saved his ass. And whatever he did to Nash this time, the final 45 years later, really must have hit home.
He was, and he admits, a massive jerk. Only after his legal issues forced him to go cold turkey in a jail cell did he get his life in order. He reports until that stint, and remember that? He was on the lam for a couple days, whatever. They got him.
He got arrested for cocaine possession and a loaded gun in California.
Yep.
Oops.
And it wasn't until he went cold turkey in prison, he admitted that he had never performed straight.
Sober. Yeah.
Not once.
Yeah.
Not once.
Kind of like us right now.
I found this interesting, though. He was the son of a Hollywood cinematographer,
Yeah.
Floyd Crosby, who did High Noon. And they said David grew up in an emotionally stifled environment. Probably his parents were squares. Do you ever see those pictures of when they did like 60s rock guys with their parents?
Oh, yeah.
David Crosby is in the green living room with the older parents, like so conservative, and then he's
got the huge mustache and the long
he's
hair.
got the leather tassels.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
And that I digress. The thing I just sent you with Kiss and their parents from
Oh,
76.
yeah, that's funny. That's funny. See, you can bring Kiss into every conversation.
Exactly.
I mean, they've marketed themselves so well. Okay, so you already said Crosby's worth 10, Nash is worth 50 million, Stills is 30 million, Neil Young is $200 million. Now, one thing that I was interested in was, so we all know that Melissa Etheridge and Julie Cypher asked for a donation from David Crosby.
Okay.
You know this, right? They asked for a spunk.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm right. I did.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. The son died in 2020.
Oh, I did not know that.
He died from an opioid addiction.
How old was he?
He was 21.
I did not know that.
Okay, so think about this. If genetics plays such a huge part of
good
your
one.
lifestyle.
Good one, Bob.
And you pick Melissa Etheridge and Julie pick one of the worst drug addicts in music history.
Oops. So true.
And supposedly Brad Pitt was on the list too.
Would have been a better choice.
I think so.
Yep.
But that one surprised me. 21 years old. Too bad. Okay.
Well, again, he was opinionated, had no filter. Nash and Stills haven't said why they aren't speaking to him, but both said they'll never tour or record with him again. And you know what? Between you and I, Bob, the music that they made, the legacy that they're going to leave, and they will have a great legacy. How shitty. At the end of your life,
right.
The guys, you can't, and I get it. You might not be like, okay, hey, we're not hanging out anymore, but you can't even be in the same room anymore.
Right.
You can't, I mean, but how sad is that?
Yeah, but you and I agree, man. At a certain point, you get to a point of your life, you're like, I'm not going to put up with these guys.
Totally.
Because it just doesn't make sense anymore. My time is too valuable. At 30, you'd go to a party and deal with person A, B, C, and D and deal with it. Right? Now it's like, I'm just not going to go to the party.
Well, and we've talked
I'd rather
about
watch
this.
Stranger Things.
And, again, we all have family members or people in your personal life. It's like, you know what? I'm done. I don't do crazy anymore.
Right.
I don't do babysitting anymore. I want to have fun, have a couple drinks with someone who's fun. And if you're still that person, I can't do it. I don't want to do it anymore.
Are we going to go out and have a drink after this?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right. Okay, we're going to jump into my next one. We good?
Yes.
Crosby done?
Crosby Dick.
Crosby done.
Yep.
Grand Funk Railroad. I love them. I think they're one of the best bands that didn't say anything.
Mark Mellon Don.
Mark Mellon Don. Classic stuff. Flint, Michigan, Grand Funk Railroad, played behind this guy named Terry Knight. They were Terry Knight in the Pack. They
sold out Shea Stadium faster than the Beatles.
I'll touch on that in a second.
Sorry.
No, I'll touch on that in a second.
That's the only. I don't have much on funk.
No,
that's all I know.
That's okay. Well, you've seen him. You've seen Mark play twice.
I have.
You have.
Yeah, great.
Yeah. So they become Grand Funk Railroad. They end up going down to the Atlanta Pop Festival last minute. They had to pay their own way. They get up on stage in 1968 and kill it.
Okay.
And they're famous after that. And they were the shit from 68 to 73.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Okay. So they've got the Red Album. They've got Closer to Home is their big song, which is people in Vietnam really took to that one. They've got In Pluribus Funk. They've got We're an American Band, produced by Todd Rundgren, who also produced Survival after that one. These guys are on top of the world.
Sure.
Yeah. Mark Farner writes 92% of the music, right? He's the lead singer. Not until We're an American Band, which Don Brewer wrote. I'll give him that, because Rundgren said we need an anthem party song, kind of like they did with Kiss.
Sure.
Oh, wait a minute. Did I bring Kiss into this episode?
Whoops.
Sorry.
There you go.
When they said, hey, Kiss, you need a rock and roll party anthem, and they did Rock and Roll All Night. Okay, so then Brewer writes We're an American Band. It goes off the charts. I mean, they are unbelievable.
Still playing that song today.
Still playing that song. So Farner is a third of Grand Funk Railroad Corporation. So Mark is a third. Mark Farner's a third. Mel's a third. And Mel Shocker is a third. So you've got a corporation.
Okay.
So they reform in 1994 when you and I saw them at the Palace,
Yep.
right, for the Bosnia thing.
Yep.
So on that tour, Don Brewer walks up to Mark Farner and says, hey, we need to put all of our ownership into the corporation. Mark looks at him, he says, okay. Don, hey, when we broke up in 1980, I went back and did a couple of classes at, Wayne State University for pre-law, so I know what I'm talking about. And Mark, God bless him, is a trusting soul. Okay, I'll sign it.
It's your brother. You've been in a band. I mean...
And they've toured the world, right?
Right.
So this document puts everything into an LLC. So Mark now only has a third vote, which he only had before. In the LLC, you vote for board members. Don and Mel didn't vote him in. They kicked him out of the band. He's fired.
Why would they fire? It's all greed. Greed and money, I guess.
It's greed and money. Supposedly, Mark says that Don just wants to be out front. And it's been told that he's when the band comes on, he comes out in a fur coat and a top hat and kind of does this, I'm the band.
Right.
But they had to get two guys to replace Mark. One of them is Bruce Kulick, who played for a little bit in Kiss. Sorry. Sorry, I just got to bring it back to that.
Oh my God.
How'd they do that? So basically, Mel and Don own 2/3 of the corporation that controls the trademark Grand Funk Railroad. So up until 1972, they owned nothing. Their former manager owned everything. Publishing, writing, got all the touring money. They had 6% of the income from all those years. Terry Knight had 16% of all the album sales.
Jeez.
They sued Terry Knight for $57 million. And this is 1972 for fraud and breach of contract. And if they had waited 3 months, and this was in Behind the Music with Grand Funk, if they had waited 3 months, the contract would have automatically lapsed and they would have gotten all their money.
Didn't know it though.
Bad lawyers. So Knight got his cut as a manager in song royalties, and he had 21% of the Grand Funk Railroad business.
Jeez.
I know. Terry Knight, such an asshole. And really, this one's about Don Brewer, who totally screwed his brother, bandmate, out of everything. But Terry Knight was stabbed to death by his girlfriend's boyfriend. Wait a minute, how's that work? I think it was his daughter's boyfriend.
Okay.
But Terry Knight had 100% of the publishing after his death, and his girlfriend gets it all.
Oh my God.
So Mark, Mel, and Don get nothing out of that.
And she's still making money off it.
Still making money off of that. And this is Mark Farner. God bless him. He said, even though they did this to me, the lawsuit said he can only say on his promotional stuff, formerly of Grand Funk Railroad, it has to be in a font at a certain size or smaller. It can't say member of, it has to say formerly blah, blah, blah. They actually put a cease and desist on one of his concerts because the font was too big.
Dicks.
It's bullshit.
Total dicks.
And Mark Farner said, I'll still get back together with him and play because it's not about the three of us, it's about the fans.
It's about the fans, and you talk to anybody, and this is taking it to such an extreme level. At the end of the day, I've never been in a band, but everyone's always like, it's all about the music.
Yeah.
Tell them your Mark Farner story.
mentioned in another podcast, I'm up in Petoskey, Michigan, walking through a Petco. I'm walking down the center aisle, and there's big skids of dog food in the center aisle. And I look over.
Little guy.
Do another look. Hey, are you Mark Farner? Yeah. Hey, Mark, I'm Bob. How are you? Yeah, good. I've seen you play a couple times. Love the stuff. Da, 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 da. And then as I chatted for 30 seconds. Good meeting you, Bob. Thanks, Mark.
Love that stuff.
I mean, he had the same mullet and everything.
Who is this guy's got to be somebody?
Oh, yeah, he was. Okay, so that's my Mark Farner story. It's really not about Mark Farner. It's about Don Brewer being a dick and Mel going along with it. Dick.
Karma is real. Is all I'm going to say.
Okay, last.
I'm going to go with Glenn Frey from the Eagles, just because he was from the greatest name of a high school ever that is now a junior high in Royal Oak, Don Darrow.
Don Darrow.
Best name ever.
Yeah.
So Glenn Frey.
Glenn and I went to the same college, OCC.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. So according to Michael Murney, who's been a collector since 1970, Glenn Frey was an arrogant, self-absorbed jerk. I've heard that. Don Henley's a bigger dick than Glenn Frey. He was condescending and mean to everyone in the band except, you guessed it, Don Henley.
Yeah.
So I read Don
They were simpatico.
Don Felder's book, and Don Felder's just a nice guy.
I didn't think you liked the Eagles.
It's kind of like Bruce, and I don't want to offend anybody. I don't love Bruce, and I don't love the Eagles, but I love what they did and the power of the Eagles. They were on top of the world in 75.
So their album, Greatest Hits, 71 to 75, is the second biggest selling album of all time.
But when they came back,
29 million, right behind Thriller at 32.
But Hell Freezes Over
Yeah.
in 94, that version of Hotel California is unbelievable.
Okay, so that was the first time somebody charged over $100 a ticket for a show?
Really?
Yeah. And guess why? Because Wall Street analysts figured they could get away with it. So Don Henley said, yeah, let's do it. Not let's give the people what they want. Let's see how much we can get.
After the reunion in around 2001, Glenn Frey told Don Felder that the only Eagles that anyone cared about were Glenn Frey and Don Henley. I just said that. And suggested that Don Felder take a smaller share of the concert revenues so Glenn and Don could make more.
Right.
You know what Don Felder's nickname was? Fingers, because he was so good.
Yeah.
And they could throw anything at him, and he could learn it and play it right away. We talked off mic before this. In Florida, Don Felder taught guitar lessons to a very young Tom Petty.
TP.
And when Tom Petty was about 15, 16, I thought that was great.
Yeah.
Read the Don Felder book, and then
Well, bring it over next time.
here's where karma is real. So they basically kick him out of the band. Say, after, whatever reunions, I forget the year, you're done. Oh, okay. Then he goes and thinks, and he goes to a lawyer. Way back in the 70s, they said, we need to form a corporation called the Eagles Corporation. Oh, okay, great. Don Felder, Glenn Frey, Don Henley, and I forget the one or two other guys.
Well, the bass player was Timothy B. Schmidt, but he was after...
Right.
There was Bernie... So Felder replaced Bernie Marsden, I think is the guy's
Bernie
name.
was the banjo guy. He brought a little country into
Yeah,
the
and he
Eagles.
quit because they were going more rock and roll than country.
But here's the best part. So what I just said, they never dissolved that corporation.
Yeah.
So Don Felder went and sued him, $40 million.
Did he win?
Yep, $40 million, and they said when Glenn Frey died, he really wanted to be there, and they're like, "Hey, did you go?" And he's like, "I really wanted to be there.
They wouldn't let me.
They didn't invite me," is what he said, which is
So
shitty.
there's a video. I watched the Eagles on 60 Minutes from Australia. It was an Australian 60 Minutes. And they showed a clip of the last concert that Felder played in 1980 with the Eagles. Fry looks over at him and he says...
But Don Felder, he came back for, the last.
The last, while they were an original band,
Got
1980.
it. Yep.
I want to kill you, and I can't wait.
Who said that again?
Fry to Felder
Like on stage?
on stage. It's in that 60 Minutes episode. You looking at him, you look at Fry and he's saying it, looking at Felder.
So here's another thing. Everyone's seen the famous video, Hotel California. You've got Felder who
Felder with Joe Walsh, yeah.
gets out the double neck.
Yep.
Walsh is next to him. And then they're kind of, just kind of being rockers, moving around a little bit. Don Henley, cut that shit out. No moving around. They were like statues.
Yeah.
And they said that Joe Walsh, he made so much money, he allowed them to control him that way. But they were having a little fun on stage.
Don't do it.
Cut that crap out.
Fry and Henley. See, I don't really care for the Eagles. I think they were overplayed on Detroit radio. I really do.
They were, but they've got some great songs. They really do.
Yeah.
And
I know.
the power of the music, it still lives. But those two guys, you read the Don Felder book, and you will never look at them the same way.
Nope.
Terrible, terrible individuals.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. So on that note, we had 4 people we don't really care for. Karma's going to come back and give them a little kick in the shins.
Yes, sir.
People, we ask one favor of you. That is hit the button on Spotify to follow us and subscribe. That will allow us to get better metrics, and we can sell this thing off for $100 million, and then Gary and I can fight and never talk to each other again.
Wait.
What?
Wait, what?
What? So if you can click on that thing, that'd be great. Send the podcast to somebody. If you know them and they like music, I think it would be great. They'll get a little giggle. We'll have a giggle. We need a couple more listens. Life is good. That's all I've got, Gare, for episode number 14. Dickie Artis.
I'm good. Yep.
Okay, we're going to take off. We'll be back in a week, and we'll keep you entertained.
See ya.